Welcome back to a fairly short and very sweet episode of Conscious Migration. The primary grudge I hear from people who have abandoned their religion is that they eventually became overwhelmed with how the stories they were sold just weren't adding up. The worldview it promoted was in total conflict with science or just common sense, or they found that the morality or sense of justice their faith supported was often dreadful. And while those are really very serious issues, I find that there's a far bigger problem with religion, and it has to do with how a system of religious beliefs can affect your moment-to-moment experience of reality. The stories, along with their perspectives and the values they promote, can act as a perpetual filter which stands between your consciousness and the present moment. By that, I mean as you move through the world and interact with everything that arises in your daily life, those stories are always sitting quietly in the background, just on the periphery of the mind. And everything that you observe, everyone you communicate with, your life, first passes through this filter which colors and organizes and even edits your experience of reality. That is the biggest problem, because the process can be so subtle you may not even notice it. It just is part of the scenery. Especially if that filter was handed down to you before you can even remember, before you were able to discern for yourself what's real, what's rational. Often those people can't begin to imagine what their world would look like without those blinders. When something makes them question their belief system, when they feel that filter is being tampered with, they can feel like the very foundation of their existence is being attacked. This is also why so often fundamentalists will defend even the most insane aspects of the religion as if their life depended on it. Now, for those of us who begin this journey of walking away from a life of dogma, this is often what happens next. There can be an intense rush of bliss and energy and liberation from dropping those old religious narratives that have been imprisoning the mind for so long. Suddenly the filter has been pulled back, and now they can see the world in a brand new light. Maybe for the first time they get a glimpse of the world in its pure form, as it unfolds moment to moment, unimpeded, unedited, and unfiltered. And as time goes on, they begin to open their mind and study other belief systems, other philosophies, and some will embark on a spiritual path, possibly one that feels far more personal. They'll explore descriptions of the cosmos and our place in it they've never heard before, and maybe how astral projection and prana works. They'll read tales about other holy men or shaman or gurus. There's no doubt that this can be exciting and refreshing to discover all the other possibilities you've been cut off from. Now here's where you have to be very careful, because it's now very easy to take in all these new stories and build a brand new filter for yourself that organizes and edits your reality. We must stay vigilant so that we don't simply replace that old dogma we just threw out with a brand new filter that organizes and edits our moment-to-moment experience of reality. Don't make the mistake in assuming that all of the liberation and bliss you felt was because you found the right belief system to filter your world through. The bliss was from getting a peek into a world without filters. When I talk about enlightenment in my books and on my channel, I am not talking about migrating from this view over to this view. I'm talking about this. Learning to live like this, where you tap directly into reality as it unfolds in the present moment. That's all you need. All the information is right there in its raw form. And that is it for today. Like I said, it was going to be short and sweet today. So if you've got any questions or comments about that little view that I just illustrated for you, please reach out to me on the comment section below. I really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That really does help spread my channel around a little bit further. And until next time, thanks so much for watching.